Apple just announced their earnings for the second quarter of fiscal year 2021, and they blew away Wall Street's expectations. Here are four things you should know about Apple's latest earnings report and why Apple remains a good stock to buy, even if it's already a $2 trillion company. Hello, dealmakers. If it's your first time on the channel, I talk about investing in multiple asset classes such as real estate and global stocks. And in this video, let's go through Apple's second quarter earnings results and see why Apple deserves a place in your portfolio. Apple just blew away earnings expectations from Wall Street's analysts. They grew their sales 54% year on year. So compared to the second quarter of last year, they grew 54% and net income more than doubled at 110% year on year. Let's look at Apple's financial statements. Going over their consolidated statement of operations. You can see here, so the period ending March 28, 2020, sales was at $58.3 billion, dollars, while this year it's at $89 billion. So $89.58 billion. That's a 54% increase from the previous year's quarter. And going down to their net income in 2020, second quarter of 2020 was 11.2 billion, and now it's at 23.63 billion. So that's double last year's earnings. So that's amazing. So that's an amazing result for a huge company like Apple. At $2 trillion, they can still double their quarterly income year on year. And the strong sales performance can be attributed to their strong sales across all geographies, across all the markets that they operate in. There's increase in the Americas, Europe, in all areas in here. So you can see they all jumped up in net sales. So it's an aggressive increase in sales across all markets and across all categories. iPhone sales were up by more than 60%. Mac sales are almost double. iPad sales went up as well. Wearables, not so much, but with the new product innovations that they just recently announced in the spring-loaded event, we can expect this segment to move up next quarter. And then service, very strong. Services is the second leading contributor behind the iPhone. So moving forward, Apple will continue to rely on services as a recurring source of income and a growing contributor to their bottom line. Apple's strong sales performance is driven by the 5G upgrade supercycle. I talked about this in my previous deep dive analysis on Apple, and since 4G phones don't work on 5G, users have to upgrade if they want to experience 5G speeds. The iPhone 12, released last year, has been the best selling phone by a mile among 5G ready phones in the market. And that's why iPhone sales went up more than 60% and accounts for half of Apple's sales. And this is just the beginning. With close to 1 billion users, Apple is just getting started in the 5G upgrade supercycle. And I like this very much because then when 6G comes along within the next 10 years, we can expect the same upgrade cycle, ensuring Apple sales in the future. And if you like this as well, please make sure to hit the like button. This helps the channel grow. It helps YouTube share this video to more people and let them know that Apple is a great company to own. So there's a lot of things to like in Apple's recent earnings report. Like number one, strong sales across all categories. Number two, strong sales across all markets. Number three, the 5G upgrade super cycle, which is kicking in and driving Apple's sales forward. And number four, Apple's commitment to continuous product innovation. One of their biggest innovations is they made their own chip, the amazing M1 chip, which replaced the Intel chips inside Apple's products. Last week, I talked about Apple's recent spring-loaded event where they announced new products like the new iMac and the new iPad Pro, both of them armed with Apple's M1 chip. They also had a couple of other product announcements like a new Apple 4K TV setup with remote and a new accessory, the AirTag. To know more about these product announcements, you can watch my last Apple video. Later this year, they're expected to release the latest AirPods, a new Apple Watch, and probably a new iPhone, the iPhone 13. And sometime in the future, we might get the new Apple Glass for augmented reality and Apple's own electric and autonomous vehicle. So there's a lot to expect from Apple in terms of product innovations. And there's one more thing. Apple announced an increase in dividends by 7% and a $90 billion shares buyback. For those who don't know, a shares buyback lessens the number of shares in circulation, and this has the effect of lifting Apple stock prices because it's the law of supply and demand. Less Apple shares going around, the more demand for Apple shares, the higher the price. And this is good news for all present and future Apple investors. And it's not too late to buy Apple. We can all learn from Warren Buffett who purchased Apple shares starting just in 2016. You know that Warren Buffett is not big on tech stocks, but when he started buying, his average cost basis was $34.26, and now the price is $133.58 per share. So that's a return of 289.9% in just 5 years. So not bad for a huge tech company. So Buffett also gets a passive income with a 2.57% yield. So based on his cost basis, based on the price when he bought Apple shares, his dividend yield is now 2.57%. And Apple is not Warren's best stock when it comes to dividends. And we'll talk more about Warren Buffett's dividend stock in a future video. So, with continuous expected growth and increasing passive income through dividends, Apple is a stock to buy and hold forever. What about you? Do you think Apple is a stock to buy and hold forever or not? Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Remember to hit the like button and share this video with your friends so you can invest in Apple together. And if you want to get more stock ideas like this, hit subscribe and the bell button to be notified whenever I release new videos. Watch my best stocks to buy playlist for more stock investing ideas or the Apple Spring Loaded event update to know more of Apple's new products. Remember, it's always a good day to make deals and may all your deals push through. See you in the next video.